So the string quartet, as a genre, developed really out of the 18th century. At first, what you got was a lot of kind of first violin heavy. So you had a soloist with an accompaniment. Around about Mozart's time, you had much more involvement. In the later part of Haydn's time, we're talking about 1700s, you had much more involvement with the lower instruments. By the time Beethoven's quartets rolled around, you had a very, very close involvement with each instrument getting the melody and supporting each other. So Beethoven was a big composer of string quartets, and then you moved along through other composers really through the contemporary period. Beethoven had such an important influence on not only orchestra but string quartets that composers wanted to emulate him. And composers nowadays will still look back to those early quartets by Mozart, Haydn, and Beethoven and Brahms as the standard bearers of quartets. In orchestra, it's different because you have 8 other people playing the same part. In string quartet, you have one person on the part. And so the level of play is just much more exposed. And typically, it's a good environment for beginning players to learn because they have to listen to themselves. They have to blend. They have to learn that. They can't just hide.
It's a lot more intimate, and you have no room for error, really.
You get to make more of your own decisions and influence the music on a more personal level.
But it's also a great polishing kind of level for your more advanced players. So again, they'll have that extra level of sensitivity in terms of ensemble. They can then take that back to the orchestra.
Chamber music is also known as like a basis for playing in orchestra. If you play in an orchestra, you should always like have a smaller string ensemble to play in, because you just learn so much in a smaller setting of how to communicate musically with each other.
What I really like about chamber music is that you really get to work closely with a couple people, and it's more creative for you as a musician, and you get to share ideas and work through things.
Well, I've played in chamber groups where they have a clarinet, an oboe, a cello, a double bass, and a violin, and that's really fun. So all those different colors, we just involve all of those things under the kind of heading of chamber music.
More known as the Sloan String Quartet, and they've been together for about 4 years, the name of the quartet.
And in those 4 years, we've had a few players rotate in and out, but my sister and I have always been in the quartet, so we've kind of been the anchors, I guess, and the name has stayed the same with the various players.
And to have a group that's been together for, at least in terms of 2 or 3 members, for an extended period of time is virtually unheard of in schools.
Everyone's very much on their own, and it's very individual, which I really appreciate. And it's just been such a joy to work with the other girls, and we have a lot of fun in the process.
You kind of create this special bond, and you almost know what the others are going to do before they do it, which is really what makes it different than orchestra.
Right now, one of the privileges we are getting to do is tour with the college to a bunch of fundraising dinners they're doing this year. And so almost every weekend we're flying out to Portland, Dallas, and Phoenix, and getting to do that, which that in itself is an honor.
It's just been an amazing thing to see them grow as musicians, both not in terms of they're playing in the ensemble, but also professionally. They play for weddings, they play for all sorts of different events.
It seems like your suitcase never quite gets unpacked before you have to pack it again, but it's been really fun to get to play in different environments, different acoustically sounding halls.
Something that's really special for our school and for ourselves, and just the fact that we're a part of it is something we shouldn't take for granted.
Just the fact that they've been willing to partner in that and been enthusiastic about it, and just the overall corps d'esprit has been amazing. I'd like to say that is also a hallmark of Westmont students. I think it is. But they are really standard bearers in terms of what it means to be a Westmont student, what it means to be in a quartet.
So it's really special to be able to play together and play such advanced repertoire and just perform and do what we love to do by spreading this amazing gift.